The heroes are finally ready for takeoff and have been joined by the Centaur for disease control. Let's listen to their hijinks this week on Hapless Heroes. He is notoriously randomly incompetent.
What?
There's usually a 5% chance.
Hello and welcome to the Hapless Heroes podcast. My name is Dave and I'll be your host and dungeon master for this evening. Let's go ahead and introduce our cast. Starting from my left, we have Zach as Perida Lincolnwoods.
Hello, I'm Perida Lincolnwoods.
To his left, we have John as Lord Jarrell the Light.
Zero, Captain Zero. I think there's someone here to see you.
To his left, we have Francesco as Felix Fizzlebottom.
I have a plan.
To his left, we have Mike as Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind.
I only have captain in my title, that's all.
And to his left, we have Phil as Hedrick the Entertainer.
Ooh, I can't wait to rock.
So as we left off, we have a crew who have assembled towards the airship. We've got a few things going on. Sometime today, Dob Gelding, hopefully sober or soberish or on a trajectory towards sober, will be presenting the big check, trademark, to the party for their services rendered in the greatest rock show to have ever happened.
Did we ever confirm exactly how much that was?
$3.
The interns were making $50K,
Yeah.
Right, alone.
and we were getting 25% of the door.
Right.
So no.
No,
We just, okay, cool.
read your terms and conditions.
Right. I never saw the final amount for that.
Nope. No one did.
Yeah. Also, at some point, we've got to launch this airship. But before we launch that airship, it's got to have a name.
That's true. And guys, so we received a lot of suggestions.
And I just want to thank my fans for giving such heartfelt, wonderful homage to
Quinn themed airship
your
name.
Lord and Captain.
I want to name
Lame.
it. I want to name the airship Abigail Gretchen Cunningham.
No.
Second.
I mean, what I was going to say is that we
I
have
mean,
a lot
we-
of suggestions from our fans, but we haven't gotten any suggestions from the people manning it.
I've already been inside someone like that.
Wow.
Oh.
Abigail Cunningham.
Wow. How about naming the airship, guys? So I'm sure we all have some suggestions on what it should be called. And I'm gonna
Why are you
look
looking at me?
And I'm going to look at Quinn because I was going through some of Quinn's stuff. Sorry, buddy. And we found some fan mail, and we've gotten some suggestions from our audience on what to name this thing.
Our audience? What do you mean?
We have an audience?
Who, we have an audience?
Yeah, they're our fans, our loyal fans out there.
Oh.
I'm just gonna,
Yeah. Side note, the Heroes of the Kingdom of Vesh have a sizable following.
Right. I'm just
Do you
pointing
mean
in.
Frankie
Yeah, I mean, we have fans, but I don't know if I would call them an audience. They don't really watch us fight or are privy to our...
They've watched you fight several times.
Listen, in my experience, you never know who's watching.
I guess so. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you.
Well, I didn't even say it. Yes. Right. That. Exactly that. You're right. Yes. So, not sure if you guys have any suggestions, but one of the ones who got in this fan mail that I really like was the 11 o'clock shadow. I think that's really, really fitting for us.
That seems like a very specific reference to something that we only talk about in private. I guess we do have an audience.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, you never know who's watching. You know?
Traditionally, and Jarrell's going to walk up behind Zero, doesn't the captain normally name the ship?
Son of a bitch, Jarrell, why'd you gotta do that?
Because he's talking about Zero, not Quinn.
Why are you gonna play me like that?
that?
He just likes to rub it in my face.
I have another suggestion for the name of the ship. Abigail Gretchen Cunningham.
Why?
It's just a really beautiful name that
I
just
knew a
rolls
young
off
lass
the tongue.
with that name.
You knew it? Oh, maybe we knew the same lass. Quite the juggler.
Yes, she was.
I saw her go 13 at once.
I really don't want to name this airship again. Whatever fucking sexcapades or whatever juggling
Get
capades.
your mind out of the gutter, Felix.
I
I'm
was
not
Talking about her,
sex.
her show.
I'm talking about bowling pins.
Great.
7 at once.
Well, the baker dozen shuffle, man. That's a serious move.
I'm going to vote a nay on that
From one entertainer to another.
No. I mean, it's okay, Quinn. I guess we
She
should
entertained me.
We should concede to the captain. I mean, I wasn't sure if our new friend Hedrick here with his creative words would have
Is
any.
Felix accepting that Quinn is not the captain?
I'm not about to. I know I'm already on the losing side of this argument. So
I guess I do like the name the 11 o'clock shadow, but can I call it Abigail Gretchen Cunningham for short?
sure, man.
ABC.
All right.
AGC, yeah. Because I can't read. In my head.
Don't worry, I'm not going to do that.
I'm afraid people might think those initials stand for something else. How can we make sure everybody knows that's your Abigail?
No, I'm not going to do it.
So I think we've settled on it. The 11 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, that's
The 11 o'clock
Badass.
shadow.
Yeah, this fan mail was signed by Altair Khalid from some place called Discord.
Discordia.
sounds exotic.
Yeah.
I like it.
So thanks, buddy, if you are out there watching us creepily. Anyways,
I have a question really quick. I was going through some of my things, and I think I found a possession of Morton's that he may have left behind. These coconuts of haste.
No shit.
oh yeah, those are great.
Does anybody want these, or can I hang on to them?
Well, we all have horses. Our friend Hedrick here doesn't have a horse.
Oh.
I'd appreciate those.
Here you go, Hedrick. Here are these coconuts. Why don't you
Clapping
try them
my-
out?
My nuts together here. I guess make me go faster.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a great time. Can I call shotgun?
I suppose.
Okay, cool.
You're going to call shotgun riding his nuts.
I mean,
I don't really know.
I'll be
if this
floating
is
a little
like
higher, I think.
Left
So.
side, right side thing. I
No.
mean, you might be just standing.
You pick a
behind
side and
me
you
the whole
commit.
Yes. But we also have this Centaur for disease control over here riding up.
Hello.
towards our airship. Oh, hi.
Oh, hey.
How long
Oh,
have
my
you
She's
God.
been
just
here?
been sort of lurking in the, off to the side of the room.
time. Oh shit! Where are my manners? Please come aboard, Captain. Captain, we have guests.
So, guys, not sure if you. This is Rixa Kovac, Centaur for disease control. Nice to see you, Rixa.
Well, hello, everybody. It is so good to meet every single one of you.
Oh my.
She's very energetic.
Is she like clip clopping?
A little bit. Not that whole, show horse prancy thing or anything
Is
like that.
she wearing shoes?
Well, of course.
Like horseshoes?
Yes.
Okay.
And a very long lab coat that kind of goes to about just below her front knees there,
I feel like this.
but separates over the back.
Does
So
it
the
look more
horse,
like a cloth?
Right.
yeah.
This
So
needs
the
like-
the back of the horse is still sticking out from sort of like a slit in the back of the coat, while it sort of goes down to either side of her front knees.
Perfect.
I feel like this begs like one of those if a horse wore pants kind of diagrams. Would it be?
I love that one.
On the
Like-
front, on the back, over the entire bottom half.
Right.
It's fantastic.
So it's a lab coat that just covers the entire body of the horse.
Just the human body and kind of hangs, next
Over
to the
the
front
front.
legs.
Oh, okay,
But the
okay.
back legs sort of stick like there's like, let's say, a slit in the back of the coat, and the back of the horse is still kind of
Exposed.
through here. So like,
That checks out.
Yeah.
Tail, rear, it's
Yeah.
just hanging down.
Yeah. That's cool.
so like, head, arms, shoulders, and the lab coat sticks down there, and there's still a whole back of a horse sticking out of the back of the
All I see is like a plumbing diagram that you're showing me.
Yeah, I can't.
Yep. It
Phil
looks,
got all of the artistic talent here. I have none of it.
it
yeah,
looks like
Phil, get on it. What are you
the
doing?
pipe's connected to a toilet.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right here now, buddy.
I can't draw, so
excuse.
theater of the mind like this is perfect for me.
But now, okay, I get it. There's a horse stuck in the plumbing.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Yes,
pretty much
that's
what this
obviously what's going on here.
All right.
How do we get it out?
Do we have like a common quarters in this airship?
Yeah, there's still on the crew deck there'd be what would be equivalent to like the mess area.
Great. Let's
We have
let's
a big kitchen.
It's wherever we have the most room, obviously, to get
Yeah.
her like to where she
Yeah.
can be comfortable because she's taking up a little more space than most of us would because she's half horse.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like 2 feet tall, so it's
And she's centaur spreading, which is, a little gauche.
So,
Centaurs, for fuck's sake, take up 3 seats max on the subway. Come on. That's all you need.
or just gallop like a normal person.
Yeah. You are your own mode of transportation. What are you doing on the subway? Come on. Have you ever seen a centaur try to get through the turnstile? It's a mess.
Impossible. I don't know why they bother.
So we're gonna sit Rick. We're gonna sit Rick Sokovac down in the mess area.
So
common
yeah,
area.
the ceilings are tall enough, thankfully, as they were designed to accommodate really huge people like Zero. There's more than enough room for her to walk around and not bang her
manservant.
head on any of the overhead beams or anything.
Great.
Is manservant that huge? I thought he was just a
He's
human.
a Goliath as well.
He's a
Yeah.
Goliath.
Just like Stenton
Wait, manservant
Stenton.
was a Goliath the whole time, and
whole
I only
time.
just learned this.
the whole time.
What the shit ass?
I imagine him to be like just even like a larger lurch.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Carrying a huge chest at all times.
I thought he was like 7-ish feet tall. Is that about right?
Maybe a little bigger.
like-
I just thought
okay.
he was a huge human.
7
All right.
and change.
Interesting.
Like close and like inching closer to 8.
How did he do his hair?
flat top.
Nice.
Crew cut.
So, anyways, Nick, what brings you to our airship? We're
Yes, absolutely. So, we have a fairly large crisis going on in the Northwest, and we were going to enlist the help of the Merchants of Doom, and unfortunately, since you folks have incapacitated them, I'm going to need to enlist the help of the second most popular adventuring group out there.
Oh my
who
God.
are now the first most popular adventuring group.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
let's
Did it
change up.
happen-
Let's change up those rankings.
There have been a lot of things that have happened. It's been a very, very, very busy few days for me.
we're stealing their job.
We earned.
They
their
took
job.
their gerbs.
Yeah.
Jarl is looking particularly pleased with himself.
Sure. Does it require us to depart immediately? We have a bit of a ceremony, I guess, to attend today. I point towards Dob, who's probably still passed out with like some coffee in his hand, like in the corner of this mess hall.
in his lap now, probably.
This guy over there, he was a promoter for the show last night. I'm not sure if you know Frankie Wild and the Wild Bunch minus Frankie Wild with special guest Frankie Wild featuring Pragnar was playing last night.
I'm not much of a music person.
Oh, okay.
But that is where, obviously, the Merchants of Doom were defeated.
I think it'd be
Yes.
funny if that was followed up by, but I do know Pregnart.
Listen, folks. I don't know if you really know the word going around. Everybody knows Pregnart. Everybody loves Pregnart.
Oh my God, really?
Of course.
I mean,
They
I
do
love
now.
Pregnart.
Is that going to be a spinoff? Everybody loves Pregnart?
That would be the most shitballs, disturbingly weird show ever.
No, that'll
and
be
I
an-
want to subscribe to it immediately. Stick that in my veins.
Pregnart will be like the Steve Urkel of the Hoplet Smasher family sitcom, I think.
Oh God,
He never got a spinoff.
he had a whole
This
episode.
is something we've been
sort of-
talking about, kind of. I really want to write.
Family
an
Matters
episode
became
that's
its own
scripted.
Steve Urkel spinoff. Like, did you see the last few seasons of that?
Yeah,
Like,
was
it became
stupid.
its own spinoff.
Yeah, it was a really horrible show.
Besides, Pregnart's super cool, and he'd be more like the Stefan Urkel.
Oh yeah.
I liked the robot Steve Urkel, personally.
Oh my,
And the robot Laura. That was
I
a
like
good app.
Stefan Urkel, but you know.
we're digressing. Again.
Oh, wait, what is this show about?
The dragons, I think. Yeah.
What is happening in the Northwest?
Unfortunately, since we're on the ground, I'm unable to get into some of the details. Once
Are
we
you,
are,
are you coming with us then?
absolutely,
Oh,
we
fantastic.
must make due haste. However, it does appear that you still got some last minute preparations that need to be made, and you should probably see to those.
Yes. I mean, just it shouldn't take more than a few hours, right, guys?
Absolutely, and the fact that you have a functional airship means you'll get there faster than anybody else could anyway.
That's true.
We can make up a few hours here or there.
Okay, great.
The situation
Listening to the two
can't
of them-
possibly get any worse.
Listening to the two of them talk back and forth, Quinn is just like, he's got a migraine at this point with the way they just, like, the positivity, like, what am I thinking of? Just like
cloying.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just gross.
Let's cut the treacle and get on with this mess.
Yeah. Let's do this.
I like your fire.
Cool. So who wants to go wake up Dob? Because like I'm kind of done dealing with that guy.
I'll go get this sorry ass.
Wow.
So I'm just over there, and I've got my drum right next to his head, and I'm just winding up.
Remember, he's our guest.
I'm just waking him up. I'm gonna get a couple of good whacks to start it off, and then just start doing a little pitter patter right next to his head.
Do you have any like symbols or anything?
I'll just like stomp my foot,
All right, cool.
because
Do you have a tobarine?
I could have done it. No, I've got like a harmonica, lute, flute.
Harmonica lute flute? Is that one instrument?
It's a slash.
You
so
Nice.
blow on the hand as you're fucking the strings.
Jarrell will walk over to him, pick him up, and use lay on hands to cure him of his condition.
Cure him of poison. He's not hungover anymore.
Well, he's awake at least.
Please tell me that works.
Oh my gosh, who are you and why are you touching me?
It's time to pay us, little man.
Is that
Time to
Dub's
pay
voice?
who?
You owe us quite a bit of money.
Dob, we just had a conversation like literally 20 minutes ago. You said we were gonna get a giant check and you were gonna pay us in front of everybody.
Now we have important business to attend to.
He starts waving his hands in front of his face, kind of watching how they interact with his eyes. Well, no crap, I was drunk 20 minutes ago.
Wait, hold on a second. You're not
sure
gonna.
you were.
You said you were paying us 25% of the door, and you told our interns that they were making 50K.
There were a
Holy
lot of
crap, I
people
would have had
there.
to have been drunk.
What are you talking?
I mean, I'm going to do it. I
Oh.
can't have it getting out there that I don't pay my debts.
He already told us
Holy
he'd pay us.
crap, I have to lay off the sauce. You're gonna bankrupt me.
So, okay, hold on. Just to be clear, you're gonna pay us what we're owed, and what number would that be exactly, Mr. Gelding? I know I just
He-
said I was
he-
done
he-
dealing with this guy, but now I'm not.
Puts up a finger, kind of turns a little off to the side, and like holding that finger in the air, he's like one hand scratching in a book, doing a whole bunch of math.
He's mathing.
Yeah, and his expression is just getting more and more sour as he does this. Like he really does need to lay off the booze.
That's how our expression looks pretty sweet to Paradil.
yeah.
Cha-ching.
Don't really want him getting cold feet when we obviously did a pretty epic thing. You know, just saying.
So how long does
I
it take
haven't
him
been able
math?
to go through all of the receipts, but I'm willing to settle this for 100,000 gold total.
Yep, that sounds great.
Sounds good to me.
That sounds fantastic.
Wait, we only get paid double what the interns get paid?
We get to control the money.
We should be getting a lot more money than that.
Shut up, Jarrell. Shut up.
Jarrell's going to roll a persuasion.
Jarrell's
because I-
gonna fucking ask for more.
Yeah.
This guy almost didn't have any money fucking 5 minutes ago.
Jarrell's very rich, he just doesn't always have it on him.
If he blows our chances at this money, we're leaving him on shore.
25. Persuasion for more money. Because 25% seems like that's just 50 grand seems a little low for 25%.
The greatest show on earth.
Right. Shaking him down.
Man, he's gonna like. You're lucky. Maybe Valen can't hear you right now because.
Jarrell deserves to get paid.
Fine, 125, but that's all I have, and I've got to send you to like 4 banks to pull it out.
All right, you have an hour.
No, we have to go to the banks. We're getting the gigantic check.
That's fine. Let's go. We have to be quick. We have urgent business
Great.
outside of just money.
Has Murph come back with the gigantic check yet? Because we sent him out.
Almost
for that.
as if on cue. Murph rolls in with this, and actually, I can't describe it for you. So, Mike, how is Murph handling this thing?
Oh, here, little guy. Let me give you a hand. with that.
Right. So what does that look like for the audience that can't translate your grunts?
You see just the check slowly inching into the room, where are we? We're in the great room, right?
The mess hall.
In the
mess
mess,
hall.
yeah.
So you just
What race
see-
is Murph again?
He's a halfling.
Okay.
So you just see this check
Don't really
just
see human.
slowly inching its way into your peripheral, I guess. And you just hear this horrid grunting sound behind it. Oh,
It's like scraping on the floor. Careful, that's enchanted wood right there.
Well, that explains what took so long.
Do you respect enchanted wood?
who would have thought that a check would have weighed so much?
Narrator. It doesn't.
Anyways, so Mr. Gelding, if you wouldn't mind, we just get that in writing here. I'm sure we can make a spectacle real quick in town. You know what? Just can you just sign this? At this point, I'm done. Like, Quinn, do you really need your show?
Yes.
Okay.
Honestly, I think this is best for all of us. I want it to be known that I keep my word, but I also don't want it to be known that I took such a gigantic fleecing on this. Oh my god!
I like the
need
way
to
you
go to
pronounce
rehab.
gigantic.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I loved it.
So cool.
It was amazing.
I'm gonna wait for him to sign the check.
Which he does in somewhat shaky but still very dramatic hand.
Okay. And I'm gonna look at Quinn and be like, or not Quinn. I'm sorry. I'm gonna look at Murph and I'm gonna say, "This is legal tender, right, buddy?"
Yeah, it says it right here in the corner.
Can I make sure that this is a check that would be accepted at a bank? Can I make a check on this check?
I mean, you're going to have to, but there's going to be some sub checks involved since Dob doesn't actually have that much in any individual bank.
So we just got this gigantic check for like really no reason because now we're like he
Yeah,
was just
he
drunk.
actually signs out the smaller checks, but you have
Yeah.
the big check.
You know what? Let's just keep
in
this.
the corner.
It's a trophy.
Also in the corner, it says this check is legally tender.
The big check is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
and
I
in
think
fact,
any
if
of
you
those
poke it, it has a little bit of give. It is legally tender.
something like that must be pretty rare.
Nice. Set and spike.
Wow.
Well done.
Grade A.
You too. It's real good.
All right.
You're good,
yeah.
you fucking
Oversized
pedo.
checks are always like.
So wait a minute.
pretty
Did I just get this for no reason?
Yeah, I mean, oversized checks are like always presented as like being clearly labeled as not legal
Right.
tender. I think.
Yeah.
Like they're just for. You know what? You
For
can't take
spectacle.
that to a bank.
No, that's what I was saying.
Sometimes you never know, man. I mean,
Especially because like you have to have a bank name on your check.
listen. 11 o'clock happens in the afternoon here, okay? Like, anything's possible.
Wow, that sounds like a great name for a ship.
Explain that to the FDIC. All right.
Remember, though, Tal'Duri is a much stranger world than the one we're in. A bank accepting a large check isn't that far out of what would be believable in this world.
That's true. Because there
I
would
mean-
be like different form factors for checks to suit
Yeah.
different races and sizes.
Yeah, there's airships and there's giants and there's, one of the leading forms of entertainment is now a frog dancing on stage. So I won't say anything goes in this world, but there's
In
a
a
lot
magical
of things. Yeah, like
Water
we're
changing, color changing suit.
Yeah, we're about 11 and a quarter degrees off of normal here.
In the afternoon? Sorry. So,
Also, can we just acknowledge that Zach is like the reigning champion of chaining puns together?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
None of us can do it the way he does it. We try.
Impossible.
We try, but
You will fail.
yeah.
They tried and failed. They tried and died.
Let's cash these checks. Let's be as efficient about it as possible. I'm going to say we divide and conquer.
Sure.
All right.
Do you think, or is it splitting up just a terrible idea in this?
I think we should do it.
Okay, good.
How fun.
Each of the 5 of you have a check for 25,000 gold.
Cool.
All right.
Should we roll for
Each
initiative?
of you yes, sure. Roll it for initiative first. I'm not going to bother with the tags for this one.
No, that's
'cause
fine.
It's too much work, but let's see. P, J. Okay, so Paradil,
21.
Jarrell,
Jarrell rolled a 20, but he's a 19.
fantastic.
Damn it.
The Curse of Hoblet.
Yep.
Felix,
12.
12. Quinn,
8.
8. And Hedrick,
15.
15. So, Paradil, you go first to the bank.
Okay.
Now we got to come up with 5 different bank names. Let's do it.
We're going to come up with the bank names, but I don't want to spend too much time on this. So,
Something, yeah.
Banky McBakeface.
I have mine.
Okay.
I don't know about Banky McBankface, but I'll take Banky Edwards.
Banky Edwards.
you get the dog.
Someone had to have watched the Kevin Smith movies.
Oh, yeah.
Someone out there.
Right. Oh, right. Banky.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. So just give me a general D20 roll. I'm just fishing for failures here.
All right. Trotting into the bank, Banky Edwards. Hello, teller. Here's my check. Give me money. What am I rolling for?
Just we're just
Okay.
Straight roll.
I'm fishing for failures here.
12.
Yeah, of course. You can cash a check. Like I'm just looking to see if we can't get the signature hapless heroes die roll to see if someone can fail at bank.
Essentially, you have a 5% chance of failing at bank. If it's not a 1, you good.
I cannot bank.
I wouldn't bank on it.
Okay, good. So let's see. With a 19, we have Jarrell.
Is there a branch of the First High Bank of Valen?
Of
in
course
town?
there
First High
is.
Holy Bank of Valen. All right.
Yes.
Jarrell's just going to walk in and, hello, good sir. I've made some money in town and I'd like to deposit it in my savings account.
Wait, you're just depositing it in your personal savings account?
Yes.
Okay.
None of us are there to stop him.
No, you're not. So yeah, let's see a basic roll here.
12.
A 12. You deposit 25 in personal savings.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So let's see, Hedrick. What bank are you going to?
I'm going to the Loose Lenders and Money Associates.
Loose Lenders and Money Associates. Okay. All right.
A very reputable place. I
Roll
assure
that
you.
beautiful die footage.
Oh, I rolled a 4.
A 4. You still managed to get 25,000 gold out of the bank.
But they primarily do like bail bonds,
It took a long time. There was a long line of cashiers.
payday
checks in front of me.
loans, you know, the
Yeah.
kind of guys will break your knees if you don't come up with
They're
it.
barely on the up and up, but they're able to cash a proper check.
Yeah.
So let's see. Felix,
I'm going to the Omega Project Credit Union,
the Omega Project Credit Union.
and it's a nat 20.
Oh.
Bank error in your favor.
I'll put that in my personal savings account, which is my gold pouch.
All 35,000?
No, just the extra 10,000. I'm
Okay.
going to stick that in a big sack and then put that in my bag of holding.
Fantastic.
Bank error in your favor.
And how about Quinn?
TD Talduria. Fuck me! We did it!
Well, it was a 2 and not a 1, so
No, it's a 1. It
was a one.
It knocked,
Mine was
the,
a-
it knocked
rolled
the 20 into a 2, but it was a 1.
oh shit, son.
Somebody left his 20 sitting out there.
Bank error not in your favor.
Right.
Yeah,
And it's gone. It's just gone.
it's 25,000 gold seems a little suspicious, and the police are on their way as they believe this to be fraud.
I am Quinn Southwind, Lord and Captain.
Or so you claim. A lot of people would claim to be Lord Captain Quinn Southwind. How do we know you're the real Quinn Southwind?
Oh my God. Do you have, yeah.
He's so
I
fucking
mean-
vain. He probably put a portrait of himself on every fucking note.
I mean, I do have my blinged out
Daddy's dagger.
No, no.
Oh, Daddy's
You
what's his
have-
face?
No, he has
The
the
blinged
flask.
out, flask. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That says
That
Lord
has-
and Captain on either side.
So I've
Does it
got
say your
that.
name on it?
It-
I don't
it
think you
says-
put Quinn Southwind on it.
I don't remember.
I think it just says Lord
was-
and Captain.
that was
on either
episode
side.
10, maybe.
No, that was episode like 40.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was still a while ago.
Oh,
feel
we're
like
gonna have to
there's-
hold this as evidence.
There must be like fan art by
You're
now.
taking
and-
my flask? No, you can't take my flask. That's not how that works. You don't take my flask.
Are you gonna fight with the cops over this one?
No, are the cops taking my flask?
Yeah.
Or is the
Like-
bank taking my flask?
The bank is hanging on to you for a second, but obviously
Sure,
police
I will-
are nowhere terribly far from a bank.
I will certainly I will play the game right now. I will be
You have no papers,
I will
no
wait
nothing.
patiently for
You'll be detained and questioned.
the police
Yes, you
police-
are.
the police
By
don't
the
know
way,
who I
yes,
am.
you are being detained
by the bank.
By the police
by the bank
at the
for
bank.
about 2 minutes until the police show up because they're not far from the bank. Because otherwise, people would be robbing banks on a daily basis.
Cool. I am certainly not robbing the bank.
Do you shout that?
Yes.
I am certainly not robbing this bank.
Nobody get down on the ground.
Isn't
Everybody go about your business like normal.
This isn't a bank robbery.
I may be holding a very blinged out dagger, but
And a flask.
He's got a knife.
Don't
and you
give
are
me any
immediately
of your-
tackled by
ooh,
by one of the security guards.
He's got a knife.
oh my god.
So
Okay,
we're just going
all
to
right.
put a pin in that one and pause it.
Okay.
We're going to go back to the ship where
is
everybody else except
Quinn.
Quinn are returning to the ship.
Fantastic. Yes. Okay. This is good. This is good.
I hate that you were fishing for failures.
This is
It
why
had
we
to
do
happen
it.
eventually. Yeah.
I'm happy with this. This is fun. All right.
So, does anyone know which bank Quinn went to?
He probably was just assaulted by a bunch of his fans. You know, he's like, this guy can't go anywhere in this city without people just hanging off of his like, every limb. You know,
We can't go anywhere without him. So, should we start searching?
let's give him like 20 minutes.
He is notoriously randomly incompetent.
What?
There's
I'm not
usually a
incompetent.
5% chance.
Jarrell walks into the room holding a massive dagwood made by Pregnart and says, "Wait, who's missing?"
We're missing the master, Lord Captain Quinn Southwind, first of his name, benevolent.
And for
how
anybody who
long's-
doesn't know, a dagwood is a delicious sandwich.
What I'm going to do while we're
was a
waiting for
comic.
Quinn, though, is I'm going to pull out the sack of 25K that I brought out of my bag of
Yes.
holding and put it down. And be like, okay, guys, like, how'd you do?
I got mine.
Where is it?
I pulled it right out.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. So there's two of
And then I'm
them.
going to look at Paradil.
I've got my $sign bag, cartoonishly
Place in front of
bulging
you.
with gold.
It's very Scrooge McDuck of
Yeah.
everyone.
And,
then
then
I'm gonna-
fashioned by a single piece of twine.
And then I'm going
Yes,
to look
a
at
satin
Jarrell.
rope.
Jarrell's going to take a massive bite out of his sandwich and like half finished chewing is like, money not properly invested is wasted.
What'd you do with it?
What did you
I invested it in the Bank of Eden.
And you didn't invest it in Hokov, a sea.
It'll come. We'll have much more money.
So what
after
you're
it's in the
saying is,
church.
we just gave you 25,000 gold for you to, potentially do something with it or just lose it all.
I can take it out at any time. It's
You didn't-
building interest. Do you know what interest is, little man?
What
Yes,
kind of
I know
rate
what
do you
interest
have?
is. You didn't put it into a holy market mutual fund, did you?
What do I need right now that I would have to carry around that much money? We're going to a treasure hoard. Is
Yeah.
just to the north,
Yeah, I was going to suggest that. And then
and we should put that also in the bank.
we also have a vault at our keep, that's like
and it
that's
just sits
zero
there.
built.
This is really like a rich dad, poor dad kind of. I
Kind of like odd couple moment.
think Jarrell is doing the wise thing in the way he was brought up.
Right.
Well, personally,
Being
I think
the
we should.
being the rich one here, he would invest all of his money into the high
Yeah,
gain
without
stocks and-
consulting the rest of the party
Of course,
about it.
it seemed obvious to him.
Okay,
Jarrell doesn't
man.
really have a need for much liquidity.
Right.
You know?
And we've
All right.
never completely addressed how much money he actually has based on like inheritance in the family heirlooms and
No.
all the other stuff. So
No, he's probably rich as shit. Right, we don't even know. Obviously, these retainers keep getting paid, so.
Okay, so I imagine this argument is just going to go on circularly
Oh, yeah.
for
The
at
entire
least 20
time,
minutes.
yeah, the entire time Jarrell is eating the dagwood.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
After about 20 minutes, though,
How big is this dagwood, by the way?
I'm gonna have to go with a little under a foot, but then you got to mush it down.
Yeah. How much of it is falling between your mail and your breastplate?
None of it.
Like-
Pregnart makes a mean dagwood. It holds together.
also, are you armored while like relaxing, or are you in appropriate clothes?
No, he's in armor. He just came back from town.
That's true.
He was carrying a 25,000 gold check. I'd be armored too.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, he wasn't walking back with any of those. So I don't know what the fuck he was wearing armor for that.
All right. Now,
Well, what are you going to do? Take it off at the bank and leave it there in your safe
No,
deposit
he's got a squire
bin?
for that.
Yeah, I guess he does.
Anyways,
now that you've finished your priceless sandwich over there, boy, why don't we see if we go get our man and get out of here?
yeah, is he not back yet? In that 20
No,
minutes we were
Quinn
arguing.
still isn't back.
Jarrell will roll an insight on where he is.
There we go. That's something.
14. Didn't come back from the bank. That's a high insight from Jarrell.
For Jarrell.
Yeah, right. Usually
Yeah.
somewhere around a 3 or a 4.
Yeah. He's not back, and that's not normal.
Right.
Wow, sandwich.
I didn't know that was actually what it was called.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Okay.
It's just a big pile of sandwich. That's essentially what a dagwood is.
It's just a cartoon sandwich
Right.
in real life.
On a skewer with an olive.
Isn't there
It has to
a
have the
place
olive.
called Dagwood?
Well,
I
there's
don't
a
know.
comic called
Up
Dagwood.
on Main Street, I think.
Anyways.
For all our listeners
place,
that
but-
are
Quinn,
privy up to Main Street,
Quinn, where art thou? And I'm just lamenting out to the sky.
wherefore art thou, Queen?
Help me.
So Jarrell will walk out to the deck. Is it daytime or nighttime now?
It's still very daytime.
Okay. And it's been over the hour that Jarrell had.
Oh, yeah, we obviously did.
Stated.
Right.
Yeah. It's not normal that he's not back.
Okay. So do we remember what bank he went to? Because I forgot what he said he was going to before.
Did he tell everybody before he went?
I don't think he did.
Well,
You know what?
Wouldn't we have had to have gone to?
Oh, yeah, actually,
His banks?
Dob would have had to assign all
good.
the banks. So, yes,
Oh,
he is
oh.
at TD Telduria.
What?
TD Telduria.
Hold on.
Wow, he got really excited.
I want to check something really quick.
Okay.
Check away.
Pretty anticlimactic.
Yeah, right. Seriously, dude. What the hell?
If you guys give me about 10 minutes, I could probably figure out where our boy's at. I'm gonna.
We know where he's at. He's at TD Telduria.
Oh yeah.
Oh, how'd you figure it out?
Because we
Because
just.
Dob Gelding knew what banks his stuff was in.
Oh,
So let's.
And process of elimination.
Why don't we go over there? Why don't we see what's up?
damn it!
Yep.
That would take forever.
Why don't we see what's going on with this guy? Who's coming with me?
I am.
Yep, we're going.
All right, let's go.
Pivot
One,
to
two,
Lincoln Woods.
three. Hedrick, you're going with them as well?
Yeah.
All right. So the rest of the party makes the 10-minute walk to TD Telduria.
And what do we see when we get there?
You don't see anything right away in the lobby
Okay.
because he's been shuffled off to a back room somewhere.
Right. Jarrell will walk up to the register and say, "Was there a half elf in here cashing a check from one?"
He's the most famous person
Dob Gelding.
in the area.
He did. Yes, he claimed Queen Southwind. I'm sure he proclaimed that that's who he was.
The teller's face goes white. One moment, please. And shuffles off to the back real quick.
And by now we're all pretty famous,
famous,
too.
yeah.
It's like
Like
when you arrest Frank Sinatra and then the rest of the Rat Pack comes in looking for him.
Yes. There's massive chagrin going on here. And in a matter of moments, a slightly disheveled looking Quinn is shuffled back out to the front where a bag of 30,000 gold is thrust into his hands. "We're sorry about the trouble, sir. Please don't say anything to anybody. We're very sorry to have bothered you. How about, you enjoy your day and we'll enjoy our bank and thank you very much." And the bank manager scurries into the back.
It's
I'm just
fine.
like-
No harm done.
Hey, Quinn, what happened, buddy?
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm just imagining like the thought process of like any of the tellers once they see like the Hokov crew come in
Right.
armor clad and heavily armed to retrieve their buddy.
Like they're like, we done fucked up.
They're like, oh yeah,
I'm gonna go down the line and just reassure the tellers. Look, I know it's probably not your fault. This is just some corporate bureaucracy bullshit.
he's so nice.
But I'm giving y'all a bad review. All right.
Wait, have we met you? Like remember,
Oh, shit.
you're not as recognized as a member of Hokov yet.
Yowza.
Yet.
Yowza.
Are you their business manager?
Hell no.
No, he's a great musician. You know, that guy, you know,
What?
Hedrick.
He seems a little short to be Frankie Wild.
Oh, well, you know, Frankie's
What's Frankie? Frankie a dwarf or I'm human?
a half elf.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yes.
no, he's a
He's just
human.
straight. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. He's straight human. Because I remember
Yeah.
that all of the interns did not have dark vision.
Yeah.
No, I am not Frankie Wild. My name is Hedrick the Entertainer. If you don't know my name, you soon will.
Hendrik the Entertainer.
Yeah, remember that.
You know, we play you a song and everything like that, but we really have to be going. Thank
Yeah.
you for taking
All right.
care of the situation, and we're just gonna leave.
The entire bank, like the patrons and stuff, all break out in applause.
All right, no pictures.
Like,
All right, go
like,
back to
like
work.
the and everybody clapped meme except it's really happening.
Jarrell holds his sword up, turns, does a little spin, and walks out.
And so I'm gonna be nagging at Quinn the entire 10-minute walk back. So what happened, buddy? What did they do to you? Huh? What happened?
I don't want to talk about
It
it.
looks
weren't,
like they roughed you up pretty good.
They weren't they weren't fans of your of you.
One finger or two.
Why didn't you just entertain him with one of your stories?
Right. I mean, how could they did they like what how did they not know it was you?
You'd think after all the signed pictures.
I can't explain what happened.
Uh-huh.
I didn't get an opportunity.
Uh-huh.
I was shuffled off to a back room
Uh-huh.
and stared at.
Everybody has a bad head. every
Literally
once in a
so
while.
famous that nobody believes you would walk into a bank.
Right.
That anyone claiming to be you just walking into a bank would have to be faking
And walking out with 35,000 gold.
I had said 30, but I like 35.
Okay.
You know.
So you got 35 for a 20 and 35 for a 1. How does that work out?
It's a win-win-win, Jarrell.
And because get an A or get an F.
So can we just say that Jarrell's investment scored him another 10 grand and that he also got 35?
No, because investments take
Because
time.
what kind of return on investment is going to get you 10,000 gold off of 25,000?
I didn't roll the
in
net
10
one
minutes?
either.
Let's go.
Anyway,
Jarrell doesn't care. John cares.
all right. So we're headed back to the airship. We've got the first thing done. We've gotten you guys paid.
Yeah, let's get the Dob off the airship now.
How do you guys get the Dob off the airship?
Throw him.
No! Hold on a second. This guy was our guest. He followed up on his word. I'm going to suggest that we write a nice letter
Can you tell Quinn's a little bitter about the last situation?
stating that Dob Gelding pays his debts, and we all sign it as the Hokov so that he has his certificate of approval so that our boy Mort can go be touring with the Wild Bunch or whatever they're going to be called now, and he can promote the shit out of them, make us more money. You gotta think the long game, Quinn.
When did you get Southern?
Yeah, whose character is this?
Whose voice are you using?
I can tell I'm just rubbing off.
Oh, gross.
He's literally just rubbing Felix.
It's like giving me a shoulder massage while I'm saying this.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Anyways, so I just suggest that, this might be the best course of action. We get our name out there, we get his name out there, we form a beautiful partnership, we make some money, and we can just kind of wash our hands of this and not burn any bridges that were great for us.
And it's done. Anyway, Rixa, where is this problem that we should go address?
Okay, so
Yeah,
I
mean,
love
I think
this
everyone would
Moxie.
agree.
I love this initiative. I would
Well,
also
initiative?
like to. I'd also like to point out which side of the screen we're both sitting on. But Dob Gelding, he goes without a fuss. He grumbles something about being paid an exposure, and then we do get on to Rixa Kovac.
Cool, because we've been talking about banking for like 20 minutes.
I know we do need to. Do that. So
But it was entertaining.
It just reminds me of Star Wars Episode 1. Basically, like talking up trade deals.
Right.
Misa think you forgot the worst part of Star Wars Episode 1.
That's racist.
Right. Exactly. That's why it's the worst part of Star Wars.
Anyway, okay. So, get back into my Centaur for Disease Control head here. Okay, anyway. When do we depart? We really do need to be going.
I don't know. Let's ask the captain.
Yes, Captain. When are we taking off? And where to
Almost
first?
as if on cue, Zero, with what appears to be a shit-eating grin drawn onto his face where his mouth would be if he had, a more expressive mouth, strides in, wearing one of those, naval...
Huge pompadour, whatever those
No,
things
just
are.
like a modern naval admiral's hat, kind of slightly skewed off to the side.
Well, I want
used
like
to-
the massive feathers and shit.
I used to drive through toll booths with one of those hats.
Of course.
I used to always keep one in my car.
Of course you would.
Makes me think of Captain Crunch.
Because you would roll through a toll booth wearing one of those hats. You'll just go on a random sale during the middle of the day because you are the coolest person I've ever met because
Oh, no.
you live this life.
Oh, wow.
Fast Times and Zach
it was
Tell
so-
that to my ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
Too real.
Too real.
Yeah.
Hashtag too real.
And he's carrying a steaming hot mug of motor oil with the words "World's Best Airship Pilot" still on it. Just in case that message needed to be reinforced through normal or magical means upon anybody else. So, are we ready to depart?
Of course.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this very obviously. I'm going to say captain, and I'm going to be like moving my head back and forth. Like
Can we
as I'm
roll
saying it.
for like which person we look at?
Oh, wait, actually, no,
Zero or Quinn.
I did choose. Didn't I say I wanted to choose to fail the save to believe that Zero was the world's best airship pilot?
You can intentionally tank a save.
I would
But
like
again,
to intentionally take
We've
that
never
save.
addressed the fact that pilot and captain are two separate things.
They are.
Two different things.
They
Captain
are.
and helmsman.
Yeah, he is the helmsman. He really is just Sulu.
Because I mean, think
Except, less
Captain
fabulous.
Kirk doesn't drive the Enterprise. Not the
No,
Enterprise,
Sulu
it's
drives the
right.
Enterprise.
Yeah, it's Sulu.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm not going to be a dick about it. I'm just going to look at Quinn. Are we ready, buddy?
I don't want to talk about it.
No,
Oh wait,
I'm
I
not-
mean yes, we are ready.
Well, let's go with we have the best pilot in the world right here. I'm going to point Rixakovac's attention towards Zero, who I'm assuming is still carrying the mug around.
Yes. Ah, Rixa, it is so good to see you. Are you ready to depart on the maiden voyage of the 11 o'clock shadow? Why, yes, I am. Things are going to be fantastic. I will give everybody a brief in the air, but let's get into the air because this is a matter of urgency and security.
4 crusties. Sorry.
Seeing double, 4 crusties.
I'm sorry. I was ripping you a little bit because those voices were very similar.
No, I totally
And they're
heard the difference.
disgustingly happy.
Yes, and I have limited range. My sister is the actress. I'm not good at this sort of thing. I just tell shitty stories on the internet.
Your stories are awesome. I love you, Dave.
Which is also it's also fun to watch Dave talk in a similarly positive voice to himself,
Right.
While his face is literally like lighting up,
Yeah.
as he's speaking. So it's like it's a total.
I can't
show.
tell if it's enthusiasm or if it's existence is pain
great.
kind of smiling though.
Yeah,
They're very different people, and you'll kind of see where she's at in a moment.
Right.
But so it is time, and audience, imagine in your head the launching of the second great airship of the universe. Dramatic, striking music in the background, all that sort of thing. The airship lifts up, it takes off, and it turns left and promptly knocks over the mooring tower. A couple of Omega Project red shirts are falling from the top.
Oh my god. We already killed people.
He's dead, Jim.
Well, I mean, they knew. Did all of them believe that he was still the world's greatest airship pilot?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
They had conviction.
On the way down, their thought process was, well, if this is the cost.
They also landed. They also
Then
landed
I'm
in
with
various bales of hay, a la Assassin's Creed. Because I'm not trying to get them killed. I
With their
don't
red
mind.
shirts, that's what they're for.
Yeah. You know what? 1, 2, 3. One of them does get killed.
The others, the others suffer severe sports injuries.
Yes.
Oh,
But
sexy.
Torn
Like-
hamstring.
like lifting thumbs up out of the piles of
Yeah.
hay that they're in. You know,
Like Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's disturbing. So he knocks over the thing, but otherwise the airship sets sail on more or less a northwestern course.
Excellent.
So,
So
do we meet on the bridge for her to discuss?
We flash forward about 20 minutes to meeting back in the mess hall once again because
Okay, mess hall.
that's sort of going to be the center of life on a ship.
Right. I'm
You
sure
know, whether
Pregnard
it's-
is whipping up a storm as we speak.
He is.
Yeah, I'm making drinks called Whipped Storms.
That sounds
Okay.
fantastic.
It's like a dark and stormy, but with like whipped cream on top.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Could
It
be.
works,
All right,
okay?
Okay.
It works. There's ice cream in it too.
Ooh, it's like a float.
Yeah.
Wait, there's whipped cream
It's a dark-
and ice cream in a dark and stormy?
Yeah, it's a dark and stormy float
Yeah.
with whipped cream on top.
Wow.
So what's it called again?
Whipped storm.
Whipped storm. I like it.
Whipping up
How-
a storm.
How
It's
slimy
amazing.
are the glasses that he's serving?
How slimy are they?
Well, I mean,
The
he's
glasses that
handling
he's
them
serving.
and serving them out, you know.
As is canon, Pregnart is respectful of food preparation and sanitation.
He wears gloves and a little. Over his fake beard, he wears one of those beard protectors.
Yes, yes. He wears a beard net over his fake moss beard. His real moss fake beard. Sorry.
Yeah, real moss. Fake
Yeah, it's real moss in a fake beard.
in a
It's
real
quite
hair dye.
convincing though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yep, I think that's perfect.
And we shall review that is because he thinks that is how a wizard should look, but he is a sorcerer
Right.
who wants to be a wizard.
Ricks.
And a chef.
So we flash
Sorry.
forward to about 20 minutes after takeoff. We're in the mess hall there, and Rixa is about to sort of launch into her briefing. Gentlemen, 72 hours ago in the city of Jorvikshelm, up in the northwest territories occupied by the Sea Lords, we had an outbreak of a brand new, fascinating virus. It originally presented as an acute hemorrhagic fever, and in medical terms, really fucking bad. We've classified this as a class 4 pathogen.
And how high do the classes go?
4.
Oh, okay. This is great.
4 is the worst or the
Yeah.
best?
Yes.
The best.
Well, the
it's-
best
it's-
pathogen.
It's the best at absolutely ruining shit.
So it's good at doing its job.
This is on the same level as Marburg or Ebola.
It's a gold star pathogen.
Yes.
Acute hemorrhagic fever, meaning like your brain just like leaks out your head.
Yeah, more
Pretty
or
much?
less.
Great.
It's really bad.
Really, really
It's
bad.
absolutely terrifying.
Do we know how it spreads by any chance?
We are uncertain exactly how it spreads, but we've enacted a dual-stage quarantine around the city, with the primary infection zone being walled, but also the outer limits of the city also being walled. We've set up an operating base just in between the two walls. 24 hours after initial infection, body parts started falling off of the infected. And when I say body parts, I don't mean fingers, I don't mean noses or patches of skin like you would see in your garden variety leprosy case. We're talking about whole limbs like arms and legs. The most interesting part of this, and it isn't ever so fascinating, is it continues to have a 0% mortality rate while inflicting unimaginable pain upon those infected.
So wait,
shit.
hold on a second. What you're saying is that everyone is still alive that is affected by this disease, but they are like losing limbs?
And brain matter, and blood, yes.
Do we believe this has something to do with the undead?
That is why I've enlisted your help in finding out, as you seem to be one of the primary experts in dealing with and eradicating undead threats.
So I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that, I think that any normal person would be dead after things like this would happen.
Oh, typically, yes.
Absolutely, and that makes this absolutely fascinating.
Does Teldurian medical technology have like the means of inducing coma?
I mean, you have magic that could probably like
Yeah,
you know,
Okay.
probably magic. Pharmaceuticals, not quite there
Okay.
yet.
I mean,
maybe I don't know, heavy enough dose of propane. You never know.
Never put anybody in coma.
Funny you should mention propane. Traditional painkillers have been absolutely ineffective in dulling the suffering of any of the victims.
Rex, do you have any knowledge of how this may have originated or how it spreads? Or
Absolutely not, and that is one of the reasons we're bringing you in.
so basically everything just went to shit, and
Yes, everything has gone absolutely to pot. And, well, you guys are the ones to call when things go absolutely sideways.
Well,
Yes.
at least you got something right.
and sort of our element.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That is...
It's right in our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Our bread and butter.
Like, that's sort of what you guys are known for, is when shit gets absolutely fucking bonkers sideways fucked up.
We bumblefuck our
bring-
way through to a
Yeah.
successful solution.
The heroes of the Kingdom of Esh are brought in and generally accidentally find their way to surviving and usually solving the problem.
Right.
I say usually because, well,
We sometimes make it worse.
Tarantus is still fucking gone.
Tarantus is an ongoing problem.
when things can't get
Put a
any
pin in
worse,
that.
when things can't get any worse, you may as well just call us because
Yeah, that should be our tagline.
We'll put that to
When it
test.
can't get any worse, call the heroes of the Hellcat.
Funny enough, we're actually writing that into our disease control protocol for our next manual.
Well, I'm
Great.
flattered.
On the way, are we able to stop at that dragon's den to grab our shit?
That's quite a detour.
Yeah, that's a heck of a detour, and people are having limbs fall off, and are going through unimaginable pain, and yet not dying.
We'll be
Which
okay.
also means that, especially once they start leaking bodily fluids, they're all highly contagious.
So Dragon's Den first.
We don't
Would
wanna
this
lose
be
our shit.
considered a disease as far as game mechanics are concerned?
It's
Just so I know.
considered a disease,
Okay,
but you can assume that they've tried cure disease already.
No, I know. I'm just checking. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, it's okay. I mean, we have like one of the world's only airships, and who's gonna try to steal our shit in the middle of a quarantine area? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be surrounded by scientists and people who can like secure our shit. We'll just leave our stuff here. We'll drop our stuff off at the horde later. It's fine. It's fine.
I was meaning to pick
Also,
up
remember that there's half a city full of people who aren't yet infected who are desperate to escape quarantine.
Yeah. So maybe we should deal with that situation like ASAP as possible, as
Now-ish?
Hybrid would say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're wondering if anyone would steal your ship, yes, there's still 3/4
Oh,
of the
not
city
the
highly
ship.
motivated to steal a ship.
I'm not worried about them stealing
Oh,
the
shit.
ship. Shit.
Shit.
Our shit.
Our
No, no one's stealing our ship.
I was more making sure that like it wasn't on because I remember it being to the north, but if
Yeah.
it's too far in the opposite direction, then
I meant the stuff that we have on us now. That treasure hoard, I feel like, is pretty good for right now. It's pretty
there was
remote.
stuff in there.
Yeah, but it's pretty remote.
Fantastic. So I would say we've probably got about 15 hours of flight time to get there.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, we should probably just go right
Yeah,
now then.
Remember, it was 72 hours from when it happened. She spent most of that on essentially horseback, her own back, riding down.
I was literally imagining her on another horse.
I just ran into town and boy, my hoof's tired.
Wow.
So a little bit of time for everyone to prepare and any other
Yeah.
stuff going on. Like if you've got more questions, something like that.
Yeah, and Jarrell, if you have obviously anything that could be used, or pretty much all of the things that could be used to prevent, protect, you know, just be be our holy protector here, because this is scary.
Yep,
Yeah.
you got it.
Um,
Stay close to me. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we should try to have a plan, you know, and ask some questions and some further follow-ups here. I'm first going to grab myself a
Whipped Storm.
whipped storm.
There it
Yeah,
is.
whipped and stormy. Yeah,
Also a good name.
Yeah.
That's acceptable.
yeah. And,
Pregnard will know what you mean if you order a Whipped and Stormy.
I mean, if we got 15 hours ahead of us, might as well like try to put our feet up before the shit hits the fan again.
Also, time to make sure that whatever you're going into, there's a long rest involved.
Yes. I'm going to ask Rick Sokovac. Hey, have any scientists been able to successfully get in and out of the city? And do you have any protective gear or anything like that we can wear going into the quarantine? If we have to, because we may have to investigate from the inside.
The Omega Project Disease Department is still working on this right now. I'm absolutely certain that they've been spending the last 72 hours upon it. I was only on site for maybe about 10 before I rode out to fetch you.
I see. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to investigate that when we get there.
But as of our last contact, the 2 scientists we sent in are unfortunately currently infected and are in the inside quarantine. They're giving us fantastic notes. Between all the screaming, of course.
Okay. Okay, this is something.
On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, how bad is their pain?
She opens up a little moleskin notebook on her side, flips through about 20 pages or so. Our first scientist, researcher Chalky, listed it as a 9.5 out of 10.
Is his last name Aftertaste?
After posed with the question, researcher Marbury kept screaming, 11! 11!
Okay. All right. That.
I seem to think he
sufficiently
may
answers
have been in a sufficient amount of distress.
Yeah, he seems to have been delusional because 11 is higher than 10. That's not on the scale, so it doesn't really help.
From the back of the room, you hear Arion Black drawl out. Why 11? Why not just make 10 the highest and go make 10 higher?
Oh, shit, man, do I have to explain this? I mean, Aaron, this is the oldest thing in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, wait. Didn't we build, or was like Hedrick some sort of like crazy speaker system, like mini
let
portable
me show
speaker
you
system
something
that he's
real
holding? Does that go to 11?
You bet your ass it does.
Yeah, right.
I can't wait to test this baby out.
Zero leans over. For 5,000 gold, I'll build you one that goes to 15.
I'm listening.
Which will really just be the same one with a knob that goes to 15.
Right.
You know what, I got this. He puts a minor illusion on it. Goes up to like 20.
It still has the same effect as going to 11, which has the same effect as just going to 10.
Just a louder 10.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got that. Arion Black is still kind of chilling out in the corner. He's a lot more subdued than you folks remember him in the past.
Yeah, this has been quite a reunion for a lot of people. I think we should maybe... I'm going to go sit down. With him. Mr. Black, what's your take on this whole situation? Are you sticking around with us, or...?
Unfortunately, it appears that I have no other choice but to be stuck around, as it were. Now, gather around, folks. I might as well go into a little bit of a story time, and we can get you spun up on the greater events going on.
Oh, Quinn, it's your favorite part.
When I'm telling the story,
Oh my... Get over yourself, man.
Why is it all about you, man? I mean, don't you even think of your fans?
That's the question.
I'm always thinking of my fans.
So,
You do you. I realize you got your corner of the market. I ain't gonna argue.
now that we're in a more secure environment, as it were, it's so hard to eavesdrop on an airship in flight, isn't it? Anyhow, we're going to kind of unwind it back to, the crash of the original airship. I, really not wanting to go through the pain and, more importantly, the paperwork of dying here in the mortal world, attempted to open up a rift back to, back to the parts unknown that I've come from, to, let's say, escape the carnage and, keep my favorite suit intact. Unfortunately, things didn't go quite the way I expected. Lord Jarrell, maybe you've noticed a distinct lack of contact from Valen. Am I right?
Jarrell, his mouth half full of sausage. Yes. And he's going to go
Yes,
back.
there's
Those Dew sausages.
No, but Pregnard, again, having lived with the Dew,
Just making sure
these,
that.
these are huge sausage links. There's like 4 of them together.
just
Cheddar
Not a
bratwurst.
cocktail. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Not a cocktail sauce.
Got it.
so we're like kielbasa scale sausage here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Still linked together, too. He's on the 3rd one now,
All right.
out of 7.
Yes, I'm sure you've noticed there seems to be a distinct lack of communication with the other side, as it were.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yes, as it turns out, there's a distinct lack of passage between the two sides as well. So if you're wondering why you haven't heard from your patron Valen,
And I was.
because she's physically unable to contact you. I haven't heard from my patron. I'm unable to contact her, and as it turns out, I'm unable to get there. As hard as I tried, and trust me, I put a considerable amount of effort into it. Any amount of effort into that would be, preferable to having one's mortal form crushed in a airship crash. I am actually, now that I think about it, astounded that every single one of you seems to have made it out without any major injury. However, did you do it?
I wasn't there.
And you are, again?
Hedrick the Entertainer, sir. What should I address you?
You can call me Mr. Black.
That's a sexy name. I like that name. I might just write a song about it.
Will you now?
Duly
Anyhow.
noted.
Anyhow, I did attempt to cross over and was left, shall we say, diminished by the experience.
When you say diminished, you mean
Damaged.
like not immortal?
Significant shrinkage?
Well, just as you all continue to carry the gifts you were given, I continue to carry the gifts I was given. I can't cross over to the other side, but I'm more cut off from my power than, let's say, Lord Jarrell is from his.
Still pretty good over here.
I remain unable to die, but that comes with certain drawbacks. Having been, other than mortal for so long, how best to put it? So what happens, let's say, if you don't use your muscles for a while?
Atrophy.
Sort of the same thing with my ability to heal.
I see. Okay.
It's still here, but it's slow, it's painful, it's altogether unpleasant.
So you probably don't want to be dealing with that weird ass disease nonsense. In fact, would you be immune to that as
As it stands, I am still unable to die.
But you probably would lose some limbs, is what you're saying, and just be in excruciating pain
Oh.
forever.
Significantly diminished for me isn't the same as significantly diminished for you.
Okay, just gonna duly note that. Duly note that.
Yeah, the author's asterisk there. His significantly diminished puts him about equal to you guys on your best day.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Not all of you together on your best day, just any of you on your best day.
Got it. Okay.
Remember, he was literally the Grim Reaper, a borderline demigod, who's now brought down to mere legendary hero.
He's more of a sarcastic reaper.
He's also always been at least a sardonic one.
Yeah.
Heyo.
Yeah, that's more fitting. The sardonic reaper.
That's his new title.
Does anybody else have any further questions?
So I guess you're just gonna be traveling with us for a while. That's pretty cool.
I have a question.
But of course you do.
Would you like a sandwich?
You should really try these sausages. They're fantastic.
In fact, I might say I'm dying for one. And that's where we're going to call the episode.
That's great. Oh, that's so good. Well done. Well done.
Thank you for the setup. That was glorious. All right. Anyway, if you like us, we can be found on the internet. We're in such places as Twitter at Hapless Heroes. We're on Reddit /r/Hapless Heroes Podcast. Today's actually my cake day.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I know. 6 years.
Holy shit!
I know.
Did you post anything that'll inevitably get downvoted into oblivion?
Not a damn thing. I post maybe every 6 months tops, so.
Cool.
I'm more of a lurky reader kind of guy.
Me too.
But, yes, we're on Reddit. We're on Instagram, Hapless Heroes Podcast. Let's see, did I miss anything?
Nope.
Facebook, Hapless Heroes Podcast, also there, where I may respond to your messages on the every half year or so that you send us messages on Facebook. But if you really want to send us a message, all of those places will take you to the crown jewel of our internet presence, our Discord server.
Yep.
Where you can meet and hang out and talk with us on a daily basis. It's
pretty
all
cool.
of us are only a ping away, and we've got plenty of good channels with all sorts of different stimulating conversations between talk about, being a DM, talk about having a cat, and, of course, pictures of cats, which is what the internet is for anyway.
Or any of your amazing fuzzy animal babies. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Discord is the chat app of choice for big fucking nerds everywhere. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Get on it.
it's harder to be bigger fucking nerds than people who record a D&D podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or listen to it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's that too.
That's said with love and
Yes.
admiration.
Yes, that is
Now-
a term of endearment.
Now, if you really like us, though, you can leave us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice. We say 5 stars. It can be any number of stars. Please leave us an honest review, although we do love it more if it's 5 stars. Have we gotten any lately?
Actually, so we got a review on Stitcher here from KM Prince. So there are a ton of D&D actual play podcasts out there, and many are pretty good. But there aren't that many, however, that simply feel like you're sitting at the table enjoying an RPG with your friends. Hapless Heroes captures that feeling. I laugh with them. I cringe with them. It's so much fun. Give them a listen.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what, KM Prince? You're great. We love you.
5 stars.
5 stars. You're a
You're a
5-star
5-star
human. Yeah.
Can you review shit on Spotify? Do we have Spotify?
We are on
reviews?
Spotify now.
We're on Spotify.
It's still in beta, so I have no idea.
I'm listening to podcasts on Spotify, but I don't think their interface for podcasts is fully developed yet, but it's still pretty great, and it makes it easy for me to listen to in my car.
That's right.
Now, if you really, really like us, you can donate to our Patreon. We have many different tiers of rewards.
Yeah, we got behind the scenes audio, we got bloopers, we got special Discord roles that make you all shiny and give you access to the patron lounge. We got, what else? We some unreleased episodes that, we recorded a while back when we were first starting out. It was a great time. I'm still working on editing one actually we recorded before James had Little Smasher #1. So we have his notebook on there. We have people who submitted story arcs at certain levels. Like, it's really like we have a ton of stuff on there, and we're so grateful for everyone who has been contributing so far. And I also shout out, we started giving some of that back also to some people who've supported our show. Tim at Tabletop Audio, who makes so many of the ambiances that we hear and sound effects that he just let us use them for free. But the man has spent painstaking hours creating these beautiful sounds. So we're supporting other people who are making all these amazing things. And if you guys are running a game at home, like I'm telling you, this is tabletopaudio.com. Everything's free. Soundboards, like 10-minute ambience loops. Like, this guy is a dope human. You should check him out.
Thanks, Tim.
And if you really like us, right now, you like us, Sally Field, and the whole deal, take yourself on a transatlantic sailing boat trip. And on the mainsail, not the jib or anything, right? Listen to Hapless Heroes. And track your route with some sort of GPS tracking thing and make your route eventually across the ocean form the words Hapless Heroes is the best podcast, and I love it, and I'm stuttering while I'm writing this, so it's going to be a long trip if I need to write this entire thing out in the ocean.
Good thing you got a lot of ocean.
In cursive.
And you got a lot of episodes to listen to while you're out there, too.
And that's all in quotes.
Yeah.
It should say
Why would
them
he
same
just
thing.
write out R?
It'll be like a Etch-a-Sketch, where you have to go back and trace over
Yeah.
the line. You can leave
Yeah.
it alone.
That's how all the, and it'll probably look even weirder because you'll be sailing and tacking and stuff. So it'll be like a weird sewing machine, crossed it. What do you call it? I don't know. Like a zigzag pattern. It'll look weird. but it's worth it. Promote our show.
In the best way possible.
So, yeah, I'm left with nothing but to the outro our cast. I'm going to start back from my right, playing Hedrick the Entertainer. We have Phil.
Come fly with me, come fly, we'll fly away.
To his right, we have Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind, played by Mike.
I still don't want to talk about it.
To his right, we have the fabulous Felix Visibottom, played by Francesco.
I want to get through this with all of my limbs still on my body.
To his right, we have the eminent investor, Lord Jarrell of the Light, played by John.
Until next time.
And to his right, we have Peridot Lincolnwoods, played by Zach.
I wonder if losing a limb would make me any more aerodynamic or agile.
And my name is Dave. I've been your host and DM for this evening. Bye-bye now.
Good.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.